about a lot of things right now.
Man who'd build a summer home on Banditti Mountain.
The 1980s were filled with unique TV shows that captured the hearts of audiences, though many have since been forgotten. From Misfits of Science to Spencer for Hire, how many of these gems do you remember? Join us as we revisit 25 forgotten TV shows in the 1980s everyone loved. Misfits of Science was a quirky science fiction show from 1985 to 1986. It followed a group of people with unusual abilities who worked for a scientific organization called Humanidyne. The show was known for its fun and adventurous feel, similar to Ghostbusters. The main cast featured Dean Paul Martin as Dr. Billy Hayes, the leader without superpowers.
Just toys, Richard. Except for this one. See, this is the one that those vice cops drive on TV. Comes with little miniature plastic.
Kevin Peter Hall played Dr. Elvin L. Lincoln, who could shrink to a tiny size. Mark Thomas Miller portrayed Johnny B. Bukowski, a rock musician who could generate electricity. Courtney Cox, a young actress, played Gloria Dinallo, a teenager with telekinetic powers. Despite its interesting story and talented cast, the show could have done better in the ratings and was canceled after one season. Dean Paul Martin, the son of entertainer Dean Martin, died in a plane crash in 1987. Kevin Peter Hall, who played the Predator in the Predator films, passed away in 1991. Could a shape-shifting hero like Dr. Chase capture our attention? Let's explore Manimal next. Manimal was a short-lived TV series that aired in 1983. It followed Dr. Jonathan Chase, a university professor who could transform into any animal to fight crime. Simon McCorkindale played the lead role of Dr. Chase. The show starred Melody Anderson as police detective Brooke McKenzie and Michael D. Roberts as Ty Earl, Chase's friend. Despite its unique storyline and impressive special effects for the time, Manimal struggled with ratings and was canceled after only 8 episodes. The series aired on NBC and faced strong competition from popular shows like Dallas.
Hey, Professor. Until you come out of there, I'm not letting go of anything.
Well, that's very good advice, Miss Mackenzie.
Yeah. Oh!
After the show's cancellation, McCorkindale continued acting in the British TV series Casualty until he died in 2010. Melody Anderson appeared in several TV shows and movies, including Flash Gordon, and Michael D. Roberts continued acting in shows like Seinfeld and the movie Rain Man. Automan was a short-lived but memorable sci-fi series that aired between 1983 and 1984. The show followed Walter Nibisher, a police programmer who created a holographic superhero called Automan to help fight crime. Desi Arnaz Jr. played Walter, while Chuck Wagner starred as Automan.
My name is Automan. You must be Walter Nebiker.
How did you know that?
It's on the programming you fed into my system.
The series was known for its groundbreaking special effects, inspired by the movie Tron. Despite its unique concept and impressive visuals, Automan struggled with low ratings and was canceled after only 12 episodes. The show aired on ABC and faced strong competition from other popular programs. After Automan, Desi Arnaz Jr. continued acting in TV shows and movies, later transitioning into production. Small Wonder was a popular TV show from 1985 to 1989. It centered around the Lawson family, who secretly raised a robot that looked like a young girl. Created by Ted Lawson, a robotics engineer, Vicky, voice input child identicant, had amazing strength and intelligence. Tiffany Brissett played Vicky with a memorable performance using a monotone voice and robotic movements.
Miss Rodney, pleased to meet you.
My name is Vicky. Pleased to meet you.
Children and families loved the show for its unique story and lighthearted humor. Dick Christie played Ted Lawson, Marla Pennington was his wife Joan, and Jerry Supiran played their son Jamie. Despite its success, the show ended after 4 seasons due to lower ratings and the aging of the child actors. Riptide was a popular detective show from 1984 to 1986. It followed 3 private detectives, Cody Allen, Nick Ryder, and Murray Boz Bozinski. Cody and Nick, played by Perry King and Joe Penny, were Vietnam War veterans who started the Riptide Detective Agency. They hired Murray, a smart but quirky scientist and computer expert, played by Tom Bray.
I got a stick. Can you get this thing out of his way? Listen, there's a rifle in the rear storage compartment, Cody. Now, look, you fend him off until I get McKinney headed out to sea. Yeah. You won't follow us with this side of the gas tank. Come on, first. Take cover. Get the kid.
The show was famous for its cool gadgets, like a robot named the Roboz and a helicopter called the Screaming Mimi, which made their crime-solving unique. The series combined action, humor, and some science fiction, becoming a hit. It was canceled after 3 seasons due to dropping ratings. Perry King and Joe Penny continued acting in various shows. So, what happens when a teen alien prince fights crime on Earth? Let's explore The Powers of Matthew Star next. The Powers of Matthew Star was a science fiction show from 1982 to 1983. It told the story of Matthew Star, a teenage alien prince from Quadris hiding on Earth to escape enemies. Peter Barton played Matthew, with Louis Gossett Jr. as his protector.
Max, I don't want to play. You can't make me.
You have to. It was ordained before you were born.
Walt Shepard, and Amy Steele as his girlfriend, Pam Elliott. The show was known for its exciting plots and Matthew's special powers, such as telekinesis, which he used to fight crime. Despite its interesting idea, the show struggled with low ratings and was canceled after just 1 season. Production delays, caused by an accident that injured Peter Barton, led to its quick cancellation. After the show, Peter Barton continued acting, and Louis Gossett Jr. won an Academy Award for his role in An Officer and a Gentleman. Tucker's Witch was a detective show from 1982 to 1983. It centered around Rick and Amanda Tucker, a married couple who owned a private detective agency in Los Angeles. Amanda, played by Catherine Hicks, had psychic abilities that helped solve cases, though her powers sometimes created funny situations.
Now, if that's the case, I will bet you...
You can scratch Frank Kopchak.
Oh, you always were a sucker for sentiment.
Tim Matheson played Rick, her supportive husband and partner. The series mixed mystery, comedy, and a bit of the supernatural, making it popular with viewers. Despite its unique idea, the show had low ratings and was canceled after 1 season. After the show ended, Catherine Hicks starred in the long-running series Seventh Heaven, and Tim Matheson continued his career with roles in The West Wing and Heart of Dixie. Hardcastle and McCormick was a popular crime drama from 1983 to 1986. The show followed retired judge Milton C. Hardcastle, played by Brian Keith, and Mark Skid McCormick, a young ex-con and race driver portrayed by Daniel Hugh Kelly. They worked together to solve cases dismissed due to legal issues. The series was known for its thrilling action, including car chases and stunts.
With that guy up in Frisco, he threw his partner out the window to take over a shopping mall.
Oh, sounds like fun.
I'll save you receipts. I'll reimburse you for your gas and oil.
Brian Keith's tough yet lovable portrayal of Judge Hardcastle and Daniel Hugh Kelly's rebellious charm as McCormick made their on-screen chemistry a key part of the show's success. Despite its popularity, the series ended after 3 seasons due to failing ratings. Brian Keith continued acting in various TV shows and movies until he died in 1997. The Charmings was a quirky sitcom from 1987 to 1988. The show followed Snow White and Prince Charming, who, along with their family, were magically transported from their fairy tale world to modern-day Los Angeles. Christopher Rich played Prince Charming, and Caitlin O'Haney originally portrayed Snow White, later replaced by Carol Houston. The cast included Judy Parfitt as the wicked stepmother, Queen Lillian, and Paul Winfield as the Magic Mirror. The series gained popularity for its comedic take on fairy tale characters adapting to real life.
Oh, yes. Yes, King Don filled me in on that. Do you know there's people out there that will stab you in the back?
Despite its charm, it struggled with low ratings, especially after being moved to a time slot opposite The Cosby Show, leading to its cancellation after 2 seasons. Christopher Rich has continued acting with roles in shows like Reba, and Judy Parfitt has enjoyed a successful career, including a well-known role in Call the Midwife. Did the charm of fairy tale characters make a lasting impact? Let's explore how Our House brought real-life family dynamics to TV. Our House was a family drama from 1986 to 1988. It followed the Witherspoon family, who faced the challenge of 3 generations living together. After his son Gus passed away, Gus's father, played by Wilford Brimley, invited his daughter-in-law Jessie, played by Deidre Hall, and her 3 children to move in with him. The children, Chris, Shannon Doherty, David, Chad Allen, and Molly, Carrie Houlihan.
Where is Arthur? He's gonna miss the beginning. Wait a minute, you guys are talking about a basset hound watching a cartoon?
Yeah, that's right.
Had to adjust to their new life in California. The show was known for its touching stories and strong performances, especially Wilford Brimley's role as the tough but loving grandfather. Despite good reviews, the show struggled with ratings, especially against 60 Minutes, and was canceled after 2 seasons. Afterward, Shannon Doherty starred in Beverly Hills 90210 and Charmed, while Wilford Brimley continued acting until he passed away in 2020. Jennifer Slept Here was a fantasy sitcom from 1983 to 1984. It focused on the Elliott family, who moved into the former home of a deceased Hollywood actress, Jennifer Farrell. Jennifer, played by Ann Jillian, haunted the house and could only be seen by the family's teenage son Joey, played by John P. Navin Jr. The show mixed comedy with supernatural elements, making it stand out on television in the 1980s.
I used to be Snow White, but I drifted.
So big deal, see a new Walt Disney. Can I have the dress?
Despite the unique idea, Jennifer Slept Here struggled with low ratings and was canceled after 1 season. It aired on NBC, but faced strong competition from shows like The Dukes of Hazzard. Ann Jillian and John P. Navin Jr. continued acting, though with different levels of fame. The Master was a martial arts TV show that aired in 1984. It featured Lee Van Cleef as John Peter McAllister, an older ninja master who returns to the United States to search for his long-lost daughter. He's accompanied by Max Keller, a young drifter played by Timothy Van Patten, who becomes his apprentice. They travel across the country, helping people and trying to escape McAllister's former student.
Ninja, kill your enemy, as you've always done. Kill him. Never again.
Okasa, who wants to kill him. The series was known for its action scenes and martial arts, which were pretty popular back then. Despite its interesting story and Lee Van Cleef's star power, the show was canceled after 13 episodes due to low ratings. After the series ended, Lee Van Cleef continued acting until he passed away in 1989, while Timothy Van Patten became a successful director for shows like The Sopranos and Boardwalk Empire. Could a time travel adventure series match the action-packed thrill of The Master? Well, let's explore Voyagers. Voyagers was a time travel adventure series that aired from 1982 to 1983. It followed Phineas Bogg, a member of a time-traveling group called Voyagers, and a young boy named Jeffrey Jones. John Eric Hexum played Phineas, and Mino Palouse portrayed Jeffrey. Together, they traveled through history using the Omni device to fix mistakes in history and ensure events happened as they should. The show was loved for being both educational and entertaining.
There's an explosion's going off, so watch something, right?
Okay.
You got it now? I don't have to explain this to you anymore, right?
Huh?
I don't have to explain this to you anymore, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Get out.
Teaching viewers about historical events. Despite its creative concept, Voyagers struggled with ratings and was canceled after 1 season. Afterward, John Eric Hexum continued acting, but tragically passed away in 1984, while Mino Palouse shifted to teaching and photography. Bring 'Em Back Alive was an adventure TV series from 1982 to 1983. Bruce Boxleitner played Frank Buck, a real-life animal trapper and collector who operated out of a bar in the Raffles Hotel in Singapore during the 1930s. The show followed Buck's exciting adventures as he fought against villains like warlords and smugglers in pre-war Malaya. Cindy Morgan played Gloria Marlowe, the U.S. consul, and Klein Kusatsu played Ali, Buck's loyal friend. The series was filled with action and exotic locations, capturing the audience's attention. Despite its thrilling plot, it struggled with ratings and was canceled just 17 episodes.
H.H., isn't there anything you've ever wanted so bad you could taste?
Facing stiff competition from other popular shows like The A-Team and Happy Days. After the show ended, Bruce Boxleitner continued his acting career, appearing in series like Scarecrow and Mrs. King. Super Train was a big-budget drama that aired from 1979 to 1980. It was set on a luxurious nuclear-powered train traveling across the U.S. The train had fancy features like a swimming pool, shopping centers, and a nightclub. The show followed the lives and adventures of the passengers, similar to The Love Boat, but on wheels. The main cast included Edward Andrews as Harry Flood, the training director, and Patrick Collins as Dave Noonan, the social director. Despite its creative idea and expensive production, Super Train struggled with low ratings and was canceled after 9 episodes. It was one of the most costly TV shows ever made at the time. After the show, Edward Andrews continued acting in films and TV shows until he died in 1985. Street Hawk was an action-filled TV show that aired in 1985. The series followed Jesse Mock, a former motorcycle cop injured. Played by Rex Smith, Jesse was recruited for a secret government project to ride Street Hawk, a high-tech motorcycle designed to fight crime in the city. The bike could reach up to 300 miles per hour and had powerful weapons. The show also featured Joe Rigobudo as Norman Tuttle, the scientist who created Street Hawk and assisted Jesse in his missions. Despite its exciting storyline and advanced technology, the series struggled with ratings and was canceled after 13 episodes. Rex Smith continued his acting and music career after the show ended. Father Murphy was a heartfelt family drama from 1981 to 1983. The show starred Merlin Olsen as John Michael Murphy, a compassionate frontiersman who pretended to be a priest to help a group of orphans.
Only a young retarded girl can race.
I'm gonna win.
Father Murphy.
Set in the 1870s, Murphy and his friends Moses Gage, played by Moses Gunn, worked to keep the children from being sent to a workhouse. The series was created by Michael Landon, who also directed several episodes. The show was well loved for its emotional storytelling and strong performances. Despite its success, Father Murphy was canceled after 2 seasons due to failing ratings. After the show ended, Olsen continued acting and became a sports commentator until he died in 2010. What made Father Murphy so special, yet unable to survive? Well, let's explore the quirky world of Sheriff Lobo next. The Misadventures of Sheriff Lobo was a comedy series from 1979 to 1981. The show was about Sheriff Elroy P. Lobo, played by Claude Atkins, the sheriff in a small town called Orley County, Georgia. Lobo was known for being corrupt and clumsy, which led to funny situations as he tried to keep the peace.
Again, first impressions being so important, maybe it'd be best if you had your meeting with the chief on your own.
His deputies, Bertie Hawkins, Brian Kerwin, who was naive, and Perkins Mills Watson, who was awkward, added to the chaos. The show was a spin-off from BJ and the Bear, created by Glenn A. Larson. Despite early success, it struggled with ratings, especially after being rebranded as Lobo and moved to Atlanta in its 2nd season. The show was canceled after 2 seasons, and afterward, Atkins continued acting until he died in 1994. The Phoenix was a sci-fi TV show from 1981 to 1982. It followed Vanu of the Golden Light, an ancient alien found in a Peruvian sarcophagus and brought back to life in the 20th century.
They're plentiful, but in the winter they're not. Well, they celebrate the winter solstice to help bring the sun back.
Johnson Scott played Vanu, who had amazing powers like telepathy, telekinesis, and astral projection. E.G. Marshall played Dr. Ward Frazier, a scientist who assisted Vanu, while Richard Lynch portrayed Justin Preminger, a government agent trying to capture him. The show was based on ideas from Eric von Daniken about ancient astronauts. Despite an interesting concept, The Phoenix struggled with low ratings and was canceled after only 5 episodes, facing tough competition on ABC. Blue Thunder was an action-packed TV series that aired in 1984 based on the popular 1983 movie of the same name. The show featured a high-tech helicopter with turbo speed used by the Los Angeles Police Department to fight crime. James Ferrantino played Frank Chaney, the pilot,
Not bad, Frank.
Anytime, Bubba.
How you feeling, man?
A lot better than before.
While Dana Carvey starred as his sidekick, Clinton Jaffo Wonderlove. The cast also included Sandy McPeak as Captain Braddock and former NFL players Dick Butkus and Bubba Smith as part of the ground support team. Despite its thrilling concept and impressive special effects, Blue Thunder struggled with low ratings and was canceled after 11 episodes. James Ferrantino continued acting in TV shows and movies until he died in 2012, while Dana Carvey gained fame on Saturday Night Live. The Highwayman was a futuristic action-adventure show from 1987 to 1988. It starred Sam J. Jones as the Highwayman, a federal marshal who fought crime using a high-tech truck. The truck could change into a helicopter and hide a sports car, making it a powerful tool for justice.
Well, taking a holiday? Oh, what happened to your arm?
Should I call the sheriff?
The show also featured Mark Jacko Jackson as Jeno, an Australian survival expert, and Tim Russ as D.C. Montana, the vehicle technician. Jane Badler played Mrs. Tanya Winthrop, the Highwayman's boss. Despite its cool concept and special effects, the series had low ratings and was canceled after 9 episodes and a pilot movie. Afterwards, Sam J. Jones continued acting, while Tim Russ became famous for playing Tuvok in Star Trek Voyager. Could a dramatic Western series like The Yellow Rose find lasting success? Let's explore why it didn't. The Yellow Rose was a Western drama from 1983 to 1984. It told the story of the Champion family, who owned a huge 200,000-acre cattle and oil ranch in Texas called the Yellow Rose. The show starred Sam Elliott as Chance McKenzie, a former convict, and the illegitimate son of the ranch's late owner, Wade Champion. Sybil Shepherd played Colleen Champion, Wade's widow, and David Soul portrayed Roy Champion, one of Wade's sons. The show was known for its dramatic plots, focusing on the Champion family's struggle to protect their ranch while facing family issues and outside threats. Despite its strong cast, the series was canceled after 1 season with 22 episodes due to low ratings. Trauma Center was a medical drama from 1983 to 1984. The show followed the staff of MedStar Trauma Center, a special unit at the fictional McKee Hospital in Los Angeles. It showcased the life-saving work of the trauma team, handling emergency cases that needed quick attention. James Naughton played Dr. Michael Cutter Royce, the head of the trauma center, while Lou Ferrigno starred as paramedic John Six. The cast also included Dorian Harewood, Wendy Malick, and Eileen Heckert. Despite a strong cast and dramatic storyline, the show struggled with ratings and was canceled after only 13 episodes. After the show ended, Naughton continued acting on television and in theater, while Ferrigno, known for playing the Hulk, remained a popular figure in entertainment. Wizards and Warriors was a fantasy TV show in 1983. Set in the medieval world of Apparence, it followed the adventures of Prince Eric Greystone, played by Jeff Conaway, as he fought against the evil Prince Dirk Blackpool, portrayed by Duncan Rieger. The show featured knights, magic, and exciting medieval adventures, making it stand out in 1980s television. The cast also included Julia Duffy as Princess Ariel, Eric's fiancé, Clive Revel as Vector, an evil sorcerer. Despite an interesting storyline and talented cast, the show struggled with ratings and was canceled after only 8 episodes.
I thought a small celebration might be in order. Greystone and Ariel are dead.
It aired on CBS and faced strong competition from other popular programs. After the show, Jeff Conaway continued acting, best known for his roles in Taxi and Grease. Spencer for Hire was a crime drama that aired from 1985 to 1988, based on the Spencer novels by Robert B. Parker. It starred Robert Urich as Spencer, a tough private detective in Boston. Avery Brooks played Hawk, a stylish enforcer with a strong sense of ethics.
Red line leaving for Savin Hill, Fields Corner, and Ashmont.
and Barbara Stock portrayed Susan Silverman, Spencer's love interest. Despite its solid cast and gripping storylines, the show struggled with ratings and was overshadowed by more popular series like Magnum P.I. It also faced time slot changes and was canceled after 3 seasons. The series gained a loyal fan base and was praised for its authentic filming in Boston. Afterward, Robert Urich continued acting until he passed away in 2002, while Avery Brooks starred in Star Trek Deep Space Nine.